Good morning, Aldersley High School. It's Mrs. Treble here, leading today's assembly for you, which is on the habits of successful students. Firstly, let's reflect on yesterday's assembly with Mrs. Davis, who set you 3 wonderful targets to think about. Did you do something unexpected? If you did, remember to hashtag AHS challenge. Did you select your best piece of work? Remember to share that on Twitter with the hashtag there. Did you fill a jar with your hopes and dreams? Remember, if you did, on Twitter, reflect with that hashtag there so we can see what you've been up to. Some fantastic targets there from yesterday. So first thing I want to do is I want you to try and guess which 3 characteristics of a successful student are being represented by the following 3 lots of pictures. So in a second, there's going to be another slide that's going to have a few different pictures on it. And I think they all link to one key characteristic of a successful student. The next one will be a different characteristic, and the one after that will be a third characteristic. I'm going to give you a few seconds on each one, and then I'll go back and explain what characteristic it is and why I think those pictures represent that characteristic. So here's the first one. And the second. And the third. So let's see what we've got on. So the first one, ambitious. So a successful student is definitely going to be ambitious. Look at that little girl climbing that wall on the right hand side. She isn't just looking to her next step, she's looking right to the very top. She is going to get to the top of that wall. Look at the picture in the top left. Every step is a challenge, but the direction is right to the top. That bulb, that aim is at the top of that staircase. And the ladder, aiming for the sky. The sky is the limit. Every one of you should have the ambition to be the very best that you can be. Set your sights high. Don't let anybody limit what you want to achieve. The sky really is the limit. I think an example of an ambitious person is Nuno. He has high expectations of himself and of his team. The things that Wolves have achieved this season and last season have been exceptional. He's passionate. You can see at the end of every match that he's passionate about his football. He's organised. There's no way that his team just show up to each match and have that success without a lot of planning that goes on before that. He's resilient. They don't win every match, and when they lose, they don't let that get inside their heads. They push on to the next match and go for that next win. And he's a good role model. He stands behind his team. He leads by example. But what does it look like for you? Working hard, showing your teachers, showing your parents how hard you're working. I know it's a bit tricky at the moment with the virtual school, but some of you are doing some absolutely fantastic work, even though it's all online. So continue to work hard and show everybody that you're pushing, you're being ambitious, you're aiming for those top targets. Think about your future. Think about what you want to achieve, what job you want to do, and what you need to get to that point. Don't let anybody tell you you can't be anything. Aim high. Aim for that top job that you want to do. And that's exactly what I've just said. So focus on that career and keep aiming for that top career that you want to achieve. And think about the steps that you need to do to get there. So what do you need in your GCSEs? What A levels do you then need to do? What degree is that going to lead to if that's the path that you're going to do? The next one was be kind. So if you think about the 2 images on the left, those people that are helping someone get up the slope and up the mountain, they've got nothing to gain in that situation. They're helping that person purely to be kind, to do that for someone else. The surgeons in the top right, they're doing that for that person that they're performing that operation on. It's to save their life. So be kind to each other, and putting others before yourself are essential elements of being a well-rounded and positive member of society. So remember to be kind. A great example of this is Greta and what she's trying to achieve. She's determined to make people listen to her about climate change and the effects that that's having on our world. She's concerned about it, not for herself, but for other people. It's mainly the future generations that livelihoods that are at stake with this, and that's what she's trying to achieve. She's trying to make a better world for the future generations. She's committed to it. She's gone on rallies. She's put the time in. She's led speeches. She's done lots of things. She's resilient. At the moment, she probably doesn't feel like she's being listened to very much, but she keeps going. She keeps putting those things in place. And as I said, she's selfless. The things that she's fighting for are not things that are necessarily going to benefit her. It's to benefit the future generations. So what does being kind look like for you? Helping fellow students. Again, a bit tricky at the moment with the virtual learning, but if you can see on Teams that a student in your class is struggling with a concept, you can step in, you can help, you can comment and make sure that their understanding is clear. Helping staff. In the time at the moment, virtual learning, it's new to all of us, so have patience with your staff. Make sure that you're supporting members of staff. Perhaps someone's asked for help and they've not seen it. You ask for help as well, or tag your teacher in the comment on Teams so that they know that you're trying to speak to them. And helping in the community. I know it's tricky. Lots of us are self-isolating. Lots of us aren't getting out very much. But if you are getting out for that one bit of exercise and you can see that someone's walking towards you, you should be keeping a 2 metre distance. You be the one to move. Don't wait for somebody else to move. You take that initiative. Or if you know that you've got an elderly neighbour that you know is going to struggle to get out for food and essentials, pop a note through the door. Do they need essentials? Can you help get them what they need? And the final one, to achieve. So you can see that medal, you can see it says winner. Whatever achieving is for you, aim to do that. Aim to achieve those goals. Achieve what you are fully capable of. Mo Farah is a fantastic example of this. He's not let any barrier get in his way. He's made sure that he had that equal chance to achieve everything that he's achieved in sport. He's always respectful. He always shows respect to others, to other competitors in his field. He's dedicated. He must be up early training for the sport that he wants to do. All the hours that he must put in is for that one goal, for that one aim, that one event of whatever he's training for at the moment. Resilience, similar to Nuno, he hasn't won every race. I'm sure there's been competitions where he hasn't achieved first place, but he's bounced back and he's stayed focused and he's pushed himself to achieve that next goal. And he leads by example. Whenever he's on an interview or anything like that I've seen, he's always so respectful, so dedicated, so polite. Just an all-round nice person, but with that drive to achieve whatever he set his mind to. So what does it look like for you? Attendance and punctuality. Again, it looks a little bit different at the moment, but making sure that you're in your lessons on Teams on time and that you're there for every lesson, because your teachers are there producing fantastic lessons for you, every single lesson that you would normally be in school. Performance on assessments, and again, not the same as before, but we are still looking at your ROP. Your ROPs for year 9 and soon to be year 10 as well will all be sent out shortly. So those assessments are not going to disappear for most of you, and you need to still be aiming towards those and to making sure you're making that maximum progress. And you need to be in the lessons, even on, especially on Teams now, to make sure that you're gaining that knowledge, to make sure that you make that progress. And other activities, so it's not all about academics. Making sure that you're keeping in touch with teammates. If you're part of a football team, if you're part of a netball team, any other sporting team, make sure that you're still using all these online forums to keep in touch with those people. Still run the drills, run the training in your garden, make that part of your daily exercise. Keep active. So what can you do next? So it's not a set 3 targets for you that I'm going to set, but I want you to try and pick one thing that will show that you're ambitious. Pick one thing that will show that you're being kind. Pick one thing to show that you've got achievement, at the forefront of what you're doing. So if you do any of these, and you can tweet any examples of what you're doing, if you do #ambition, #bekind, #achievement, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much, Aldersley. Have a fantastic day. Speak to you soon.